PTV, great to have you with us for a Thursday night and expecting it to be a big one. Steve with me at the desk. Last night we went through all the coaches and players of the month in the 6 youth divisions. That was for April, of course, and as always, massive response. People love this monthly show. Gee, I'll tell you what, there were some comments in there.
1% all well and truly deserved, 99% everyone thinks they got snubbed.
Absolutely. And as I always say, if you want to put someone in, you got to take someone out.
And I'll tell you one more thing.
Yes.
The exact same thing will happen tonight.
Yes, it will, because we're doing seniors tonight, Steve-O. That's a great intro. Coach of the month, player of the month for the 6 senior divisions. Let's get stuck into it. We're starting with Division 2 women.
Well, our coach of the month actually still remains unbeaten. It's from Craigieburn, Ben Carroll.
Benny Boy, they call him out there.
That's right. Unbeaten,
Very good.
The 3rd month of the season, sets the tone for the remainder of the year.
Geez, he snuffed out some talent, by the way.
Warren Taylor from Wallen.
Didn't get a gig.
Didn't get the gong.
5 and zip, Warren Taylor misses out.
Joe Borg from
Borgie.
Collingwood. Didn't get the gong, just missed out. Season-defining win, potentially, when they went up north and beat the Bushies.
Benny Boy Carroll, they call him out there. So well done to Benny, the player of the month in Division 2 women. And it is a Bug's life. There's no doubt about that, because Jada Buggs from the Collingwood All-Stars has taken it out in a very close contest with someone she played against last week, by the way, Brianna O'Connor. Very, very good player out there at Coburg.
Well, I don't know if you could say it was very close. I thought there was Jada Buggs, there was some daylight.
I just made that up, by the way.
And then there was probably the rest of the competition, because she had one hell of a month, didn't she?
Well, she did. 26 points per game. I'm just referring to the notes now for the first
Good
time.
stuff.
26, I knew she'd win it. 26 points per game and 19 rebounds each time she steps out as well. Emmy O'Neill was in the running as well from the Wallen Panthers. But it is a Bug's life out of Collingwood, and it is all about Jada. And Jada Buggs was the player of the month in Division 2 women, and deservedly so.
True.
Let's go to Division 2 men. I'll start off with Coach of the Month. Well done. It's a Craigieburn sweep. Willow, Simon Wilson from Craigieburn, has picked up Division 2 Coach of the Month. Just pipping out Dylan Thies at Coburg.
Tice.
It's
not a thesis.
3 from 3. For Willow, doing very, very well out at the Eagles. They're 5-1 so far this season, and they also topped Coburg.
I was going to say, you spoke of Dylan Tice and Coburg just missing out, running second for April. They beat the Giants by 12 points, and that was probably the difference.
I've got a man crush on the player of the month. I think everyone has been telling me that on Facebook, but I don't really care, Steve-O, because I think there's a few people with a man crush on this bloke.
And it hasn't just been for 1 month, hasn't been for 2 months, probably been for about
years.
5-6 years.
It's just another award that's added to the closet in the Big V production room. Is there any chance he can come down and just pick them up? Just take them off our hands?
Well, unfortunately, there's no tangible item for player of the month, but Calvin Henry's knocked up another...
Hang on, so these people get nothing for this? They get 0. We actually don't give them anything other than kudos.
Oh, that's right, they get kudos.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
Calvin Henry from the Mildura Heat has knocked up the April player of the month in D2 men. 27 points per game, 9.4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.8 steals, 1.4 blocks, shooting over 50% from the floor. Busy Miraflores was a close second.
He's had
from
a good
the Suns.
Yes.
Mind you, Henry had 47 one night.
47, just a lazy. His team let him down that night.
Yeah.
Couldn't slip in the other 3, just totally let him down that night. Mind you, he only had 4 assists in that game, so he's got a little bit of work to do. How many players of the month?
As in, you're saying he needs none because he needs the 50.
That's right. Players of the month, how many do you reckon Big Cal has got over the years? It's got to be a few.
In the teens.
It has to be double digits. Has to be, no doubt. All right, let's go on to Division 1 women, starting off with Coach of the Month.
Well, I mentioned this team flying under the radar a couple of weeks back. No longer are they doing that, because they are flying really, really high. The Whittlesea Pacers, led by player coach Hayley Munro, 5-0 for the month of April.
Very good.
Their biggest win came over the Heat, where they defeated Mildura by double digits.
And that's probably what got Hayley across the line, because my boy Jimmy Madigan hates the name Jimmy, loves the name James. James Madigan up there at Mildura They are flying at the moment, the Heat, and he's just been pipped at the post here by Haley Munro, but two teams doing very well.
Yeah, certainly.
Let's have a look at the player of the month for April in Division 1 Women. And she probably beat out her teammate, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Alexis Gassion from the Mildura Heat has got the top award for the month of April. She's beat out Vanessa Power, a gun with a gun, who's been huge for Mildura over the last month, and also Mackenzie Miller. I like the way Mackenzie plays down there at Latrobe. I'm looking forward to heading out and seeing her in action. I might actually head out and see them in action this weekend.
Okay, there you go.
Looking forward to that. Across 5 games, Alexis Gassion, 18.2 points, 15.2 rebounds, 3.6 assists, and 2.8 steals. That's right up there, Steve.
Had the near 2020 game against Casey earlier in the month, 28 points, 19 rebounds, had 3 assists and 4 steals to go with that. That was a hotly contested race for the player of the month for April.
So there you go, there's the Division 1 women. Let's move on to Division 1 men. Coach of the month. I really like this because I have been suitably impressed with everything that this team did during the month of April.
Yeah, the Cougars doing the job right now in Division 1 men. Keysborough Cougars, Nathan Vogt leading the charge out there. It's been an incredible run for his side, 6 of the last 7, and they're top of the table.
He's a great guy, Vody. He looks like he's about 13 and he's been running around coaching for about 20 years now in the competition. So has done a wonderful job out there at Keys. I don't know how he's kept his good looks all these years, because I'm sure there must be some greys coming through. I only got to look at myself in the mirror each day, Steve-O. But Vody, well done, mate. The Cougars are up and about. And I'll tell you one win that I was really impressed with, up at Shep.
Yes.
I know they dropped the one to Bulleen. They had 7 games, 6-1 for the month. But that game up in Shep, that was a huge win for Keezy.
Defeated Western Port as well.
Yes.
They smacked a couple of teams as well and really put them to the sword, which is good to see in good teams.
Got home with a buzzer beater by 40 points against Sunbury in that mix as well.
Did.
Player of the month, I like this. And I've got to tell you, out of all the divisions we've done, youthies last night and seniors, the race for player of the month in Division 1 men was like none other. Well, loaded with imports.
Maybe we can start with some honourable mentions, some runners up.
Have a listen to this. This is a Melbourne Cup field, Steve-O.
Number 24.
Number 24 out of Barrier 13.
Spencer Coleman from Shepparton.
Very good.
Cam Vines from the Gateway as well.
Good.
Calvin Enge from Keezy.
It has been massive during April.
Manny Hendricks had a good month.
Absolutely. Yes.
James Crockett.
Yes. Yes. Jimmy. What do we call him? Davey Crockett. Yes.
Corey Jennifer doing his thing out at Chelsea.
As he always does.
Spree. Yindi Spreewell at Warrandyte.
How good has he been at the Venom?
Fantastic April.
Huge month.
Didn't win.
Did not win. How about this next bloke? This next bloke did not win Player of the Month.
Javier Blunt.
Didn't get it.
The winner, Dylan Travis from Western Port Steelers.
Wow, what a month he had. Have a listen to this. 28 points, 10.7 rebounds, 5.8 assists. So he's giving away points each game as well.
He had a triple-double one night.
Yes, 2.5 steals and 3.7 triples per game. Steelers up and about. They had some big wins during the month of April as well. That is a red-hot field, and Dylan Travis has just leaped away in the last 100 yards, dashed to the post, got his nose across the line in front of some class, Steve-O. It was Winx-like. That's what it was like.
Big field. I like that too.
I know you love your racing. I just thought I'd throw that in there. Anyway, state champ women. Here we go.
Well, it's back-to-back for Coach of the Month.
Is it really?
The Knox Raiders.
Wow, 2 in a row.
Matt Shanahan.
Bubbles.
Doing it all
up and about
down at Knox.
Well, tell us about it. 5 wins from 6 games.
That's right, 5 from 6. Took down Sunbury, McKinnon, Keilor, Ringwood, Bulleen. Just some handy competition there. An average winning margin.
Very good.
Just under 16 points.
Very good, and included victories against Ringwood. And both, as you mentioned, Ringwood, and both of last season's grand finalists in Sunbury and Bulleen. So huge month for Knox. But it is a double award down there for the month of April, because the player of the month in state champ women, and there'll be nobody that would disagree with this, the Otter.
Well, returned from injury and has come back with a bang, hasn't she?
Yes.
Rebecca Ott from the Raiders. 23.5 points at 56%, mind you.
Yes.
Just under 4 rebounds, just under 4 assists, just under 2 steals a game.
Yep.
over 3 trays a game. Certainly added that to her repertoire.
Starred. She had a big month and edged out the likes of Jazz Shelley from Southern Peninsula, great young player. Desiree Ramos, the import at Ringwood. Orla O'Reilly has been very steady for Sunbury. And Louisa Murphy, some other people in Big V call her Lisa.
Well, I would call her Lisa Murphy.
Well, I'll go with Louisa because that's what it says on her stats each week from Hume City. Very good. But Rebecca Ott absolutely deserved it. All right, let's go to State Champ, man. Here we go. Coach of the month.
Coach of the month.
Not again, seriously.
5-1 record.
Not again.
And this man's had a few monthly awards as well.
He's double digits for sure.
Kenny Harrington.
He's about 83 years old, mate. He's still going around, Kenny. Thoroughly deserved.
Nowhere near that.
Thoroughly deserved, Kenny. Ringwood just step up to the plate. Month after month, week after week, month after month, year after year. They are a juggernaut down there, a dynasty at the Ringwood Hawks, and Kenny's been in charge of that. Very good during April.
Knocked over 5 straight wins, just pipped Ilya Palianis and Peter Godfrey from Waverley and Hawthorn, respectively.
When was the last time Ringwood lost?
6 games ago.
Against who? Just stirring you up. Rightio, player of the month.
Got me there.
Player of the month, it doesn't matter. Kenny, well deserved, mate. Absolute champion as always. And we're sticking with Ringwood for player of the month. They got the double again.
That's correct. One of Kenny's star imports out there. Second year in the competition. Jacob Gibson has been lighting it up. 24.5 points, 7 rebounds.
Very good.
38% from the 3-point line pips. Jordan Coleman of Keilor and obviously Dylan Stith from McKinnon.
Thoroughly deserved. Kenny and Jacob. Ringwood are up and about again and look like the team to beat in State Champ. Men, they are going. I know they want to keep a lid on it and they're keeping it down.
We can't mention the 3.
No, it is the 3-peat they're going for. We can mention it. They can't.
They don't want to.
They don't
want us to mention the number 3.
They are going for the 3-peat. Gibson on fire during April. He had 2 30-point games and just the one under the 20. He was up there and about. So there you go. There's all the player and coach of the month for April. Get onto the Facebook page. Tell us what you think. I'm sure there's going to be some added thoughts in there over the next 24 hours. Now, tomorrow night we're back at the desk. We're talking round 7. And I've had a quick scan through the games, Steve-O. I know we've got to do the game of the round. Mate, there's some beauties coming up this weekend. There are some rippers coming up this weekend.
So you're telling us we're going to miss out on some classic games because there's going to be a handful of games per division.
Great games.
That should be...
I challenge you tomorrow night to pick the best game in all of Big V to go out and watch this weekend. I'm putting it on you tomorrow night. There are so many good games. I want you to pick one that is an absolute doorstopper, barn burner. What else would you call it? I'm stuck after
a great game.
Okay, we'll go with a great game.
A must-attend game.
All right, well, we want to hear that tomorrow night. We'll see you back here at the desk, same time, 5:30 on Big V TV. See you then.